Hello everybody and all, we are back, this time missing like most of the party. I swear only one of them is dead.
For now.
For now. So, you all know us, Fate Weavers, those 10 of you. We went from 3 to 10. Yeah.
Hello.
Half of them are probably my wife repeating the episodes. Okay, so since we have like half the party here, I'm going to be doing the recap for today. Last episode, Quotl infiltrated without a single risk for his life or fear of the goblins the middle of the goblin camp, just doing a little walk through the main road as the goblin shaman went on a monologue. As he started setting fire to the main camp without anybody noticing, fucking sorcerers. That's how you use subtle spell. The rest of the party climbed through the cliff to reconcile with Gavatutalu, and together went down into the temple, the ruins, where some sort of ritual was being conducted. A voice of AzerrA, one of the big demon daddies that you have all encountered before, sounded in Gava's head as a summoning was initiated. Not sure if the ritual was completed or not, but a creature like a centipede-like came, sending all of the runes flying into the air with some sort of gravity alteration that would make like platforms for you guys to stand. And as you guys fought, oh my god, the Discord. Focus, this is serious, for fuck's sake. As the party fought against this centipede creature that was exuding miasma, creating like a barrier, you managed to defeat this creature as Gavatutalu jumped down into its main body using our own version of inspiration, the heroic moment, and managed to land enough damage to completely kill this centipede. As the floating stones of the collapsed rune started to fall down, something grabbed out of the magical circle the back of Gavatutalu, pulling her into some sort of transportation to somewhere else, and Eric jumped into the middle of the runes in an attempt to save her, failing and having most of the temple collapsing on top of him. And as the group rescued Eric's remains from the rumble and fled the goblin encampment, trying to find a clearing in the middle of the forest, a space to reconvene, Gavatutalu was taken by AzerrA. And amidst the games of Hath I Never Ever, some stuff was said. So, moving on to the people that are still definitely alive.
I don't like the way you said that. I do not
We're
like
alive in our hearts.
Okay.
You shall never truly die so long as we remember you.
You only die when you are killed.
So, you guys were running in the middle of the forest, trying to find a place to rest. For fuck's sake, guys! We are live. So unprofessional.
So, to give viewers context in our Discord group, one of our players has said, "Sure, pooping on in a moment," and we have now gone on this trail of poop jokes in our Discord.
And if you've ever seen the South Park episode about pooping, a gigantic poop, then you'll know the gif.
Moving on.
I am against everything that's happening. I will not be associated with this tomfoolery.
You are part of the brand. So, as you guys were running in the middle of the forest, trying to find a place to make camp, Sustut led you to a lake made out of rainfall, and Bishar suggested grabbing the key to the magical archive that you guys got from Sheila.
What could possibly go wrong?
Anything else before we go back to that moment?
Not to my knowledge.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So, Bryn, to put you in context, I just finished the recap, so you guys are about to enter the magical archive in search of information for how to retrieve Gaba. So, before you guys enter the archive, Bishar pulls out this key that is pretty much like a sphere, and he opens like a door in the middle of the air. He just moves the key and it locks against something. And you all hear it. And as his hand moves, this faint green glow starts appearing, almost as if you guys were opening a door while in the middle of darkness and you could see the light coming in through the small hole in the door. As Bishar looks at you, he nods and he opens up the door. A light emanates over all of you, and as you guys blink, due to the high intensity of this light source, when you open your eyes again, the light starts to subside as your eyes become accustomed to it, and you are in the middle of the library. The library looks covered in vines, but not as in a ruin, more as if it was a combination of nature with architecture. White marble floors, an open roof with a perpetual night sky filled with constellations dancing, making different shapes as they move on, almost as if you guys were watching a time lapse of the sky over many days. The columns that stand to your sides are decorated by vines making geometrical shapes. There's some paintings made by natural oils with landscapes of like long forgotten lands, and there's a lot of empty spaces, but in the middle you see, as it goes down, almost as if it was a perfect circle in a tower going down, and many floors. You will see at the bottom of this a pool filled with dark water that is opposite to the entrance to where you guys just entered. This dark water is reflecting the sky. There are ladders and stairs, almost like a spiral, that connects various levels. There's bookshelves in like what would be the external diameter of this construction. And there are maps, books, and stone tablets of mostly scrolls, different ways, all perfectly and neatly organized. And as you look at these books, you all see foxes and different critters from the forest, like English cannot work. Like chinchillas and squirrels and other different animals just organized in the library.
Oh, babies.
As you guys enter, these animals just look at you and go back to the task organizing the books and the scrolls.
Any of the paintings look familiar to me?
You can roll history.
Any of the architecture style look familiar to me?
You can roll intelligence
15.
or history. History. Let's
Okay.
go with history. 15. They seem to be paintings of like wide open fields with a big sky, night skies with constellations. Even there's some of like a constellation seen through a hole in a mountain. None of them seem particularly familiar to you. It's just mostly like decoration and a dim.
Okay.
And what did you roll for architecture?
I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, no, this is like you've never seen a white marble so perfect, so pristine. It seems to have been like carved from a single piece.
Marble. Marbles,
Can
right.
I?
That is a stone, yes.
Can I roll? Can I expend out a spiritual sense and basically see it? Well, one, basically see if there's any good old spirits bouncing about, and also if there's any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of us.
Okay, so the animals they turn into light. They are spirits, but not lesser spirits. They are more in the realm of what you saw when you saw Mirko. But in a lesser way, not emanating as much power and such a big presence. But nevertheless, they are spirits that have become strong enough to be manifested physically. You look down, and even like the marble, the vines, the books themselves also are covered in lesser spirits, almost as if everything here was a big spirit.
Okay.
You don't sense creatures per se, but as you activate your sense, you feel like a source of power, a source of multiple spirits, almost like those of the foxes, moving, coming towards you. You feel it coming closer.
Is it visible currently if I look around in terms of that feeling of moving closer?
Yeah, you see, you start feeling the concentration of spiritual energy from this thing moving closer to you, and you look around, and it feels to be like closer and closer. And when you start looking around, as soon as you turn around, you see it like right straight up to your face. This figure that looks like a magnifying glass floating into the air with like 2 paper clips as eyebrows, and it goes, "Hello there! You have entered the Arcane Archive for the first time. I'll be your guide." As he's talking, like you see
all see it?
you all see it. You see the 2 paper clips going like.
Oh
Okay,
god.
is David and Bryn old? Are David and Bryn old enough to know the paperclip helper from Windows?
I know of Clippy, yes.
Yes, that's what's in my brain right now.
Why, thank you.
Hello.
How long has it been since the last
What is your
visitor?
name?
Oh, too many questions at the same time. Cannot process that this fast, but I will try my best. How did you? So, on to you, dwarf slave boy. The last person that entered this place was more than 100 years ago. And I'm sorry, slave tiger boy, but my hearing processor could not process all of your blabbering at the same time. May you repeat the question, please?
Oh no, I think it was Eric who said the other question.
What is your name?
You can call me Magni.
Right.
It seems like you're looking for some knowledge. May I help you find it?
Librarian.
First of all, Magni, can we drop the slave attachment to each of us, please?
It is inaccurate.
Oh, it looks like my knowledge has been outdated. Give me a moment as I will reconvene myself with the Central Archive of the world. And done! My knowledge has been updated with the last century of history. Now, on to the main task, as the clock is ticking in. You have 59 minutes left into my dimensional space. It seems like you're looking for some knowledge. How may I be of assistance?
Hang on, let me just get back to what we actually wanted to do. So, I get out a parchment and draw the arcane symbols that I know were or are on Gaba's bracer, as well as the arcane the arcane runes and symbols that were on the summoning circle bit, and say I need information regarding these particular symbols. I need to know, we need to know if there is any being, divine or fiendish or otherwise, connected to such a summoning symbols or related iconography.
Howdy doody, let's do that at once. And you see the glass part of the magnifying glass kind of brightens up as if emanating a beam of light into your eyes for a second. Almost like a scanner from any grocery store. And you hear a beep! And we are done! Roll me a history check.
Okay.
Can I start looking
Did
through
you
the
say I
message
had
boards to continue to see if I can
exhaustion
find
from last game? I can't remember.
I'll be with each one of you guys one by one in a moment. Yes, you do have exhaustion.
Oh, fuck you, and your... Oh my god, that was a natural 20 as well. Right, so that was a 6 and the die. History, you said?
Yeah, history.
10.
10. Okay. I need you to answer this truthfully. And whoever is moving their dice, I'm going to kill.
Sorry.
I need you to answer this truthfully. What is
Okay.
Eric seeking mentally in this moment? What information is he thinking of? Is he thinking of like the runes? Is he thinking about anything else? Like, what does Eric truthfully want to find the knowledge of in this moment?
Choose the form of your destroyer.
In the moment, he is thinking of who the symbol, and because he saw the hand that was grabbing Gaba, he wants to know who that hand belongs to.
Okay. Okay. And what was your history check?
10.
Okay. The vines on the wall kind of extend against your feet and start like circling around your ankle. And climbing down the vines, you see like a cricket coming and jumping on top of your hand and starts pointing, lifting up like its sides, guiding you towards a place. And just follow the crickety friendly to your designed aisle. You have 58 minutes with 40 seconds left into the subspace.
I will head off with... I guess Vishar would accompany me for this, I guess?
As Vishal starts
so.
moving, he goes like, sorry there, howdy do. You cannot go with anybody else, you have to go by yourself. Each person gets one piece of knowledge. Those are the rules. Don't be a stickler for the rules.
How
I-
often
I-
can we open the door?
Once per long rest. Once per
yeah.
dawn, to be certain.
Okay.
I
If that's the case,
I will nod to Magni and say, very well, we will adhere to your rules, Magni. I look at the others and say, it may be prudent for us to know any other rules that we may have to abide by whilst we are here. And I will follow the cricket's direction.
As you are walking, the cricket starts like swinging its sides, almost like guiding an airplane.
what
Now,
other rules are there, Magni?
now on to you, little girl. No longer slave. And the same beep. Roll me a history check and tell me what is a knowledge that Kauliki would be looking for right now.
Oh.
Oh shit. Okay.
Is that Puss in Boots meme of the cat?
Yeah, like. That would be. If I know my history, that would be an 18.
Okay.
I think for the 1 second would be. Who am I?
Okay.
For 1 second.
That's it.
But then she would like think, where is Gaba? Is she alive?
Okay. Which one is the strongest desire?
Right this second? Or overall?
Overall.
Who am I?
Okay. The same thing happens, but instead of like vines, there's like this squirrel that just starts climbing onto your fur and sits on top of your head and starts like guiding you, almost like Remy from Ratatouille. Okay, now it is time for the Shelly boy. Beep. Roll me a history check and tell
Is
me.
he awake?
Oh, Quattle. Oh yeah, I forgot I had to do that. Sorry.
well, we dragged his ass in.
My bad.
For sure, we dragged. For definite, we dragged his ass into the thing.
Okay, so forgot. I had this literally written, but I forgot about it. My bad. Sorry. Worst DM ever. So going back 10 minutes, as everybody is walking through the forest, Quattle, you had been struck by a thunder as you were standing on top of the runes that had fallen over. As you were struck by the thunder, you managed to hold it in place for a second, and then you saw for the first time in a couple of days the figure of those two red and blue kids. And they jump scare you for a second, making you lose the concentration on holding this thunder strike, hitting you completely and making you fall unconscious. As you open your eyes, it's just like a second. Don't die on me. It's just a second. You didn't lose consciousness. You just resisted this thunder. And as you open your eyes, this time, Halina, what type of hands does he see?
What?
Tell me, Sylvia, what type of hands does Quattle see?
Oh, Jeebus. He's very well. young woman's hands. Oh god, I forgot everything.
His hands. Tell me, what type of hands does he see for himself?
For himself.
For himself.
You are seeing light skin tone. I am panicking. Why do you do that to me? Where the fuck is that? Here, okay, I found it. Young human-looking hands. Very young, like young teenager-looking human, pale hands.
Yeah, frail, almost like those of a noble. And as you open your eyes, you no longer see your scaly reptile hands, instead these human noble-like hands. You look around, you seem to be in some sort of manor, very decorated, perfectly in place, the most that money could buy. You are sitting next in bed to this girl. Sylvia, introduce yourself.
Sylvia looks older. She looks older than her friend. Has shoulder length brown wavy hair. She has heterochromia, like she has one eye is yellow, the other one is blue. She is very underweight for her age. You would say she would look weirdly old but young, like someone who aged way too quickly. You know that she is your age, but still she looks way older than you are. And although she looks very frail, very sickly, very weirdly aged, she looks very well cared for, like a noble person would be.
Yeah, imagine a Benjamin Button with very much money.
Yeah.
So, as you open your eyes, you are here in the room of one of your best friends. Earlier today, you went to help her escape from the manor, just for a couple of minutes to go visit the town. You all enjoyed appearing as peasants. Well, she enjoyed appearing as a peasant. You are one. And you know that even though Sylvia doesn't make the remark of you being of a lowborn status, everybody else in the manor talks behind your backs as how a servant girl could be friend with the lady of the house. Sylvia, what were you doing? Why are you in your bed now?
Just being out and about is very exhausting on my condition, as you would say. We were like watching the ducks in the pond outside of the town a little bit. She took a carriage. She wanted to puppeteer as a lowborn, but come on, she needs a carriage. So she took her friend, and they were watching animals, watching ducks. They are children. They want to see the world, and she cannot do that. So she wanted to just be outside for one god darn minute.
What else? Do you do anything in this time?
Would put the appearance of my hand in theirs And yes, friendly holding of the hands, you know, light squeeze, reassure.
As you close your eyes, you open them again, and this time you are riding on top of a horse, still a noble lady or a noble maid. You are chasing after Sylvia, who's gone ahead. This time she looks slightly older, almost as if a couple of months or even a year had gone by, but you know that ever since you met her all those years ago, a week could look like a year. She's so frail. Something's wrong with her. But she's noble, and she's fun. She's kind to you. Sylvia, where are you riding to? What are you doing?
Maybe I was allowed to go shopping for the new for a ball that will come up soon for her birthday, because her birthday is a big deal for her. So she wants a new dress, and she wants her best friend to be nicely dressed as well. So she will buy her and her best friend nice clothes for her birthday, and maybe a little trinket for Quartal, as well as to remember her by when she probably passes. She is ill. She is sickly. She hopes she will have a long time, but
At this time, you two are around 10 years old, but Sylvia looks almost like a lady in their late 20s, having grown really quickly. Kotal, do you do anything as you are riding towards the market?
Continue to ride on, but not attempt to make it competitive so that she doesn't try something rash and possibly fall off the horse. Yeah. Just continue on.
As you close your eyes again and you open them, you are running with a bucket full of warm water as there's turmoil in the manor. A turmoil that you all know by this point. It's happened many times over the past year. As Sylvia turned 13 years old, her condition started to decay quickly. She's sick most of the days. Today's one of the days where she can't even get up from bed as she's coughing blood. A traveling doctor came to town and he is doing something in the room. You're running with warm water, trying to help. And as you open the door, Sylvia, what kind of magic do you exude when the doctor tries to pierce your arm with a strange medical equipment?
I think she would, in D&D terms speaking, throw up a shield, but there would be like let's go with a shell. A shell covers her arm, where the doctor tries to pierce her, and like for you, Quartal would be very familiar shell, but there would be just like a flash of green scoot, shielding her from harm. But there would be like unstable magic
Unstable enough that I need you to roll me a d100.
Let's go with an 88.
88. Okay. David,
Yes.
I want you to open that Wild Magic
God.
PDF that I sent you and tell me what
Oh,
88
no.
does.
I think I remember what it is. It's not great. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it would. It's the other one. The caster can only sing, not speak, for the next 6 hours.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that anyway.
As this is not the first time that you've seen Lady Sylvia using magic, but you see her face as she's starting to lose control of this magic. You close your eyes again, and as you open them,
Sorry.
it's a party, a ball, fancy noble families invited from throughout the holy city, carriages coming in, horses, people with horses came to Lady Sylvia's 14th ball. She's doing a debutante, she's being introduced to the high society. Sylvia, what type of dress are you wearing?
It is a hard neckline, corseted, of course, because everything has to be corseted, and high neckline, like this kind of red, with something that very well matches her hair, which is now grown slightly longer, like maybe like shoulder or boob length hair. Like stylish. English is hard. Put together in a nice, pretty updo, A-line dress with a train, of course, and a gold, like neckline, pauldron-esque things. I don't know, like cape fasteners with a sheer ruby red cape, and of course with all the regalia that she has, like rings, diamond earrings, like a little tiara maybe. Very over the top. I have the money here and you all are my underlings.
As she climbs down the stairs, everybody goes in on. Kotelas,
She looks early 30s now.
Kotelas, you are serving food in the party as one of the servants of the mansion. This older gentleman of dwarvish race comes next to you over the course of the night multiple times, each time drunker than the one before, until in one of them you start feeling how his hand starts slipping down your dress. You shoot him around, but he keeps coming towards you each time
No, I
more
shoot him.
touchy. Sylvia, you not only see
Yeah.
him, what do you do? As
Yeah,
you see
no,
his hand in the middle of the dress.
That does not fly. Sylvia would come around to him. Do I know him? Who is he? Is he high society? Who is that
He
person?
is a rich merchant from one of the dwarven cities.
Is he important?
Everybody here is important, but not as important as you.
Not as important as me? Great. I would appreciate it if you would stop that. If not, I would gladly make sure that your hand will be no longer attached to your body.
As you say, your hand no longer attached to the body, and you see The rage mixed with embarrassment on the face of this dwarf. Dwarves, with their beards and all, they don't take much color on the skin, but this guy became completely red. In this moment, I need Sylvia to roll me 5d100s
Jesus.
as something
Someone keeps tracks.
something fails in your control and you start feeling a fever boiling you down. You feel like you are going to collapse.
Let's start with a 91.
91,
Mhm.
94. Jesus.
94,
Give me something low. I want 49,
In the
9,
middle,
20,
me,
and 13.
13.
15.
As you start feeling rage, you are warm because of the rage. David, the first one.
The 91, the caster's shoes irreparably fused to the ground.
You
One more pair, my god. That happened all the time.
you can't control your rage, but then you start feeling as your knees start to become soft. David, the second one.
94, harmless bright sparks erupt from the caster's hands.
Everybody starts stepping back. The rumors at this point of your condition are widespread, no longer be able to be hidden as you have made your debutant. You need to put your hand on top of a table to hold your balance. David, the third one, please.
49, the caster's movements leave color trails for the next minute.
Oh, that's so cool.
Everything starts spinning. The anger that was warming your body, you start realizing it's one of those fevers that have kept you in bed, not able to move. David, the last one.
Okay. Thought that was the third one, so there's two more.
No,
Uh,
I'm bad at math.
so the fourth one, all coins the caster is carrying are instantly transformed. Copper pieces turn into silver, silver pieces turn into gold, and gold turn into copper.
You all
I don't have any money on me.
yeah no. You fall to your knees. Everything starts spinning around. You see this dwarf running away, almost as if not wanting to be mixed in this anymore. You start seeing how Quattly in her dress starts leaning toward you, trying to help you. David, the fourth one.
The caster's hands become covered in sticky goop.
Everything starts mixing down. As you fall to the ground, Sylvia, losing consciousness, you start hearing screaming from everywhere. Your consciousness fading, just held in by a thread, coming and going. You see your mate, your assistant, your best friend, carrying you. David, the last one.
What was the last one?
It's on the
Center it on
Discord.
yourself. 13.
13. That was the caster's hands become sticky goop.
Then 20.
Yep, done that one.
49.
Yep, done that one.
94.
Yep, done that one.
91.
Yep, done that one.
Okay, so that's 5.
Do I do one more then?
No, I said 5. Your consciousness starts fading. Quattl, as you carry her to the bed, she's heating up, she's collapsing. Magic comes constantly out of her. You see the Lord of the Mansion coming with a cup, a chalice, a magical object that you've seen many times. He just puts it near her and a liquid starts forming in this goblet. Each time that the liquid completes, he pours the contents into some sort of glass container. After doing this normally once, Lady Sylvia starts feeling better, but this time it takes 5 tries, 5 goblets. You close your eyes, filled with tears and fear, and as you open them again, you see Lady Sylvia in her 15th birthday, bedridden, not able to wake up, looking like an ill middle-aged woman that has been malnourished. Sylvia, you feel your breath escaping you. You feel the hard that it is to make any movement, all of your articulation shaking. That warmth, that heat that has been emanating from your chest ever since you were young now covers all of your body. You feel as if you are melting. What is your last words toward your handmaiden?
Can I move anyhow?
Slightly. It hurts, but you may.
I ignore the pain. The pain was always there. I look around. I have my signet ring on my finger. I take it off. I don't know how long I have. Remember me by this. Keep it safe. Or buy yourself a better life with it. It is valuable. You are valuable. Don't tell anyone otherwise. Don't let anyone treat you worse because they think they are better. Better.
Yeah, as Sylvia hands you this, you feel her hand becoming weaker as it falls into the ground. And as you close your eyes, you open them again and you wake up in the middle of a magical library, like an archive, with Eric carrying you and as he's entering through a gate. And now we go out of the flashback. Halina.
I was frantically looking for this. For what the hell you were talking about?
Halina,
Yes.
I want you to know that once per long rest, you have to make Quotal use wild magic. Like, you have to. If you don't make him use wild magic in 24 hours, something will happen. And you get to choose once. Could be when he's casting a spell, or could be out of nowhere.
Like, I could theoretically say, hey, David, roll me a d100.
Yes, at any point that you choose during a long rest.
Oh boy.
Oh, I have the power now. I have a power for an optional, self-centered,
Yeah.
7th level.
Is it the special table or the normal wild magic table?
The special table.
Okay.
Now,
Of course, wait, I need a big fat sticky note telling me that.
Troll David once a session. Do it. Or as many days as it takes.
now, David, you hear the beep of Magni. What is a knowledge that Quotal would like to look for in this
What
time?
the fuck was that?
I think that's pretty much it, to be honest.
Roll me a
What the
history
fuck
check.
is up with that? That is a 18 for 22.
Even though it's not a creature from a forest, you see. What is the natural enemy of turtles?
Like a
predators.
bird.
Snake.
Yeah,
Bloody seagull.
Seagull is the natural enemy of everything.
you see a raccoon coming and grabbing you, kind of biting onto your leg as he moves you towards a hallway, going down the spiral staircase.
And the banging of my head wakes me up on the stairs.
Ephraim.
1 second. One question clarifying. Sorry. Starting from now
Starting from
or
now.
from the next. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Can't
Can
wait
you
to
just
throw up
wait
more
some-
gold.
Oh. Very good.
There we go. What have you done?
Sorry.
What is Ephraim thinking as the beep?
Well, I was just gonna say, can you wait a moment before you ask me? That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Okay then. I guess I'd be thinking about, since I was trying to look for the creature in the monster compendium, I would be thinking, what is the nature and origins of that creature that was coming out of the portal?
Okay. Okay, so roll me history. Now we are going to go one by one to your different places. Starting with Eric. Remind me, what did you roll and what were you going to look for?
So I rolled a 10 on my history, and I was essentially looking for the rooms that the summoning portal had
rooms, okay.
sort of was. And when you asked what was Eric thinking in that moment, he was thinking about whose hand that belonged to.
Okay, whose hand that belonged to? And your history roll was?
A 10.
A 10. So the forest creature just guides you down two staircase and then down through a hallway illuminated with like bioluminescent moss that starts growing from like the columns. He pulls you towards like a library, and there you see a tome of demonology. Next to it, you see a tome of ancient history, and next to it you see a tome of the gods and the pantheons. You get to pick one of these. As
Okay,
you try
so
to
we
go through all of
have-
them, and there's like some sort of you start
Yeah.
hearing the growling of like the fox,
Grasshopper.
the grasshopper.
Interesting. The clicking of the grasshopper. The angry,
No,
angry.
no, it is
clicking.
growling. It's very
No,
weird.
no, it's growling.
Alright, so we've got Pantheon of the Gods. We've got
Demonology.
So demonology and a book on celestials, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got 3. Would Eric know which one to go with? Is the question.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. It doesn't fit. Okay, Eric's logical thinking is that the braces were sort of created because it was found in the research facility that we originally started in. So he's thinking it's not possibly is not celestial. Could be gods, but then Gabba has been a bit sketchy on stuff. Probably will actually think the demonology just because the hand was black. Right, if I remember correctly, when you described the hand that was grabbing him, it was black.
Yep. So you
So
go
you
to
would
grab
go
the
on that
book on
basis.
demonology.
Yep.
Okay. As you grab it, it opens and pages start going through. All of them are white, except one where the book stops. This is the only page that has any sort of text in it.
Interesting.
It reads one of the third. No, it reads number 7 of the 7 cardinal demons, last one and younger, yet most dangerous and difficult to get rid of. Cardinal demon of friendship, AzerrA. This demon prince was first sighted 1,500 years ago as the rise of the mortal races began. It's a twisted concept, one that will never be eradicated. And you see he's like of crossed over. Their difficult attitude makes them hard to predict. They will do anything for what they consider a friend, yet they disdain friendship as something that can come by easily. A twisted creature indeed, yet one of true power. And there's a picture of a rune that you've seen in the medallion in Grelia.
I'm sorry, what?
The medallion
What-
that
where-
was found in the tent in Grelia, that you and Bishar were feeling intense pain. It had the same symbol as this guy.
Okay. What was? Describe me the symbol again
Ah, fuck.
on the medallion. Sorry.
Is it the same one as Gabba's bracelet, just for funny?
Let me open up my notes, because I don't want to mess this one
no.
up.
When the power of friendship really hates you.
So that.
I just love that I opened my book on AzerrA bad news.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, so basically, Eric is thinking, "Fuck, did we just release one of the 7 cardinal demon princes into the world?"
Yeah, sure, why not?
Because that's what Eric is thinking right now.
Making the
Like,
world a little bit spicy.
Hey,
I
but
mean, we're nearly at our pay grade.
he's a friend. Like, he won't do anything nasty.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's-
friend.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
demon.
He's friends
Where
with
do we hear-
Gabba.
Where do we hear that? A friend.
He's he's
I'm
prince of
looking at-
friendships.
I'm looking at Gabba's picture.
Okay, so the symbol is not the same. This one
Mhm.
is more like a line with like. It's easier if I send you a picture to the Discord.
Yeah,
while
that'd
I
be
also
great.
describe it. So it's more like a cross, but instead of being made of like only this, it's more like a
Yeah.
stick, and then
Yeah.
2 sets of arms going down and going back, almost like a V.
Okay.
Wait, like that? Like that?
Not really.
Okay, never mind.
It's
Okay. Interesting.
it's a hard symbol to describe. So
Yeah. So it's, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
imagine
So it's like a cross with
it's like an
almost-
X with like a scepter,
Yeah.
and on the top of the X's,
Yeah.
like another limb happens, almost like a spider.
Yeah.
Yay, staff with legs.
Nice.
So the people without Something like that.
Yep, something
Okay.
pretty much like that. Yeah, and that's the symbol of AzerrA.
AzerrA.
That is. Okay.
And
Okay.
So the other rune, was that also part of Gabba's armor, or it wasn't part of Gabba's armor?
that rune, the symbol of AzerrA, that was not part of Gava's armor.
But there were runes on Gabba's
On
armor.
Gabba's
Oh yeah,
armor.
many runes.
Yeah.
Most of
I
them.
hope there's not 7 pieces of armor.
That 7 pieces that all create this singular symbol. No, that couldn't be a thing.
No.
How much pieces
You don't
does,
know.
does an armor have? One,
So far,
two,
she has the
She has
pauldron.
3.
No, the pauldron and the gauntlet.
Pauldron.
Oh, 1.
Golden
So
Gauntlet.
Okay, so we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4.
But one of them was one of the ones on the temple floor, when that was from the bracer.
yeah.
No.
Well,
First of all, you don't have Gava here for you to check, and second,
This is over table knowledge. I'm trying to think this through.
yeah. This is 100% above table knowledge
Oh,
at this
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
We're like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay.
We had a
I
cat
think.
meme. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no.
I'm opening
Yeah,
up
yeah.
my design for the bracers that I sent Callum like long ago, just to make sure that I didn't do this rune. Just let me double check. It was like a year ago. I don't remember everything that I've designed. Okay, sorry.
Do you know what? It could.
How dare you not know?
I mean, it could be, Martin, that you've deviously planned this all out, and it's a very long payoff.
I mean, this,
I can't wait for Gabba to release all my 7 archdemons! Yay!
Well, no, there are multiple runes, though most of them were kind of muddied by the quality of the air stone and the time that the bracer spent. Like,
Okay.
so between the runes that you managed to see, you didn't see that one. You saw the only rune that was like clear was the rune similar to the one that was on the ruins.
So the one that we saw that was summoning the creature, because I know Tailspire won't have it as accurate as what you want it to be. Could Eric conceivably compare it to what the symbol of AzerrA is? Is it
So you want
in
to
any way,
make-
shape, or form?
You want to see
Is it like
if the symbol
similar?
of AzerrA is similar to the rune that you saw in the ruin?
Correct.
No, it's not. The rune
Okay.
that you saw in the ruin was more like flames circling through, coming on, and this is more of a
Yeah, this is more of that. Yeah, the staff with crosses and such.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. And I guess that's all the information he currently sees at the moment.
Yeah, you try
in
to
this
turn the
book.
page, and every other page in this book is blank.
Okay.
You get the feeling that something is preventing you from obtaining more information than what you are due.
Okay.
That's you, Eric.
Yep.
We'll come back to you in a moment. Kaulike,
yeah.
you are led down a hallway. Same thing. Hallway is also illuminated by some sort of bioluminescence, of some sort of mushroom. Remember, what was your history roll?
18.
18, and you're looking for who the fuck am I?
I mean, yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much, yeah.
With an 18, you, the squirrel, leads you down 7 sets of stairs. You go down books that start becoming slightly older. You come to books that are mostly like a hardcover book golden, almost like gold leaves, punched into the cover of the books. All of them look real fancy, like those middle-aged Bibles that were like super, like,
Yeah, of course, because it's about me.
as the
Very cool.
as the squirrel leads you down these hallways, the light stops being of those bioluminescence mushroom as the main hallways, and instead becomes dimmer, made out of like only a couple of spores flying in the air with a teal glow to them. In front of you, in the bookshelf, you see 3 bookshelves. One shelf is called The History of Ambrose and has like 7 books. The other shelf is called The Fall of the Holy Cities and it has 10 books. And the third shelf is called The Beast Walker Experiment and the Glorium Arcanum, and it has the 4 tomes in Beast Walker Physiology and 3 tomes in the history and the management of the Glorium Arcanum. You get to pick one of those.
Don't make me choose.
Oh no, the worst thing that the D&D player could have, analysis paralysis.
Oh god. Oh god. So, Fall of the Cities.
Fall of the Holy Cities, The Story of Ambrose, or the Glorium Arcanum and the Beast Walkers.
Poor Eric. He would love that one.
The heart knows what it wants. What are you choosing?
I
today?
think Kaolike would be afraid. She would want to know about the Glorium Arcanum, but she would be afraid of the Glorium Arcanum, so she would not go for the Glorium Arcanum specific books. Oh god, let's go with Ambrose.
Ambrose. Choose a tome between 1 and 8.
I'm not choosing the dices. 4.
4, so right in the middle. You open up the 4th tome. Pages fly through, multiple pages containing text, images, descriptions, blueprints of cities, and a lot of information. The general thought that you get out of reading these pages, which to you appear in ancient Albion language, you get information that Ambrose, goddess of light, one of the strongest of the pantheon of life and order, she was one of the prime deities, one of the 4 more stronger gods that managed to get multiple aspects to be the embodiment of light itself, one of the forces of nature. She was unstoppable until she was betrayed. And in this tome, it talks to you about how one of her angels betrayed her and how she started to decline, to lose power as more and more people were starting to worship other type of gods rather than the light itself. It talks about Ambracia, the biggest of the holy cities, with its thousands of holy warriors or Shastikars, people that would enforce the light and the justice of their gods. It says how she had this sort of like displeasure and distaste for arcane magic, for the children of Krylus as it's called in the books, and it goes over a little bit of her late stages into her power, about how she would rule the city, the 10 angels that she would have. It talks about Longus and how how the angels would spread the seed of divinity throughout the population, how it was a peaceful city, very much struck by tradition, and that would keep to itself but would not fear about giving aid to other places. A lot of missionaries, a lot of people with faith in the world and in the mortal races itself. They would normally serve as intermediaries or envoys of peace, but would also be one of the strongest armies if needed. There's a lot of information about Ambrose in this book, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
Is there any picture depicting Ambrose?
Yes, there is one. It looks to be like a dragon made out of light itself, like each of its scales reflecting
Yeah.
reflecting different light in different colors, almost like a rainbow in the shape of a dragon flying through the sky.
And is there a picture of her angels?
They're with an 18.
Like Longus, Lambus, Laina, and Lycia? And especially Lycia?
Like, yeah, with an 18. So here's the thing. The information is in there, but your time is running out. So you get the time to you start seeing how the squirrel brings like a clock made out of sand and holds it next to you. You get to pick one more piece of information, like a picture or a map or something.
She would try to remember her vision that Kalika had already in, I don't know when it was, but there was a vision, and she would like try to picture the street in the holy city just before she was snatched.
So you want to see if there's like a picture of the city.
Of Ambricia, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do find indeed. You don't find the exact place that you saw in your vision, but the sketches of like the streets, the architecture, especially that big spire divided into 3 levels, comes in many pictures of the city. So you at least are certain that the thing that you saw in your vision was this city.
Okay.
And with that, your time is out, and the squirrel starts pulling on your fur, guiding you out. Kotal, what was your history check again?
My history check was 22.
22. You are guided 12 staircases down, 12 floors down, the spiraling staircase. You lose a lot of time going down this way. The raccoon doesn't let you choose between books, because the bookshelf that he guides you to just has one sign saying noble families of fuck. Let me read the name again so that I don't butcher it. Okay, so noble families of Lastifor. And here he just grabs you a book and gives it to you. Only a single page is lit up. Well, it's written. This page goes over the family tree of the Lastafor. The Lastafor were one of the noble families tasked with the protection of the city. They were the nobles that would defend and own the land outside of the city walls. This noble family, you have the family tree of all of them. It spanned for like generations, and it stops. The last entry to the family tree is in the year 964 with the name of Sylvia Lastafo. Anything else you would like to know about this family tree?
Are there any cousins or other bits and pieces that went on longer than that? Any branches that can be followed longer?
No. The family tree seems to completely be cut after the entry of the Sylvia.
Okay. Nothing before that splinters off?
Before that, there are a couple of branches, but they are just of like the branch families. The Lastafo line seems to pretty much have been ended with Sylvia Lastafo.
Any given reasons or causes of death or anything else that have been listed?
Yep, it says that Lady Lastafo didn't have any offspring as she died of a young age by a high fever, and which after that runes seem to befall the city and its inhabitants with the fall of the city itself. This is the last time that horses were seen in the world.
Not the horses. Any general information on Lasty4, where it was, what banner of god it was under, that sort of thing?
Yep. In the same bookshelf, you find another book that is related to the history of Lastifor. You see, the gist of it is that this city was atop a giant horse. The city would roam through the continent, walking, doing commerce. It was mainly inhabited by dwarves and humans. It was a city of commerce and innovation and invention. It worshipped the god of smithing and crafting. The city held kind of like the secret to the protection and the offspring of horses, and it was destroyed in the middle of the War of the Gods.
Okay.
With the 21, that's pretty much all that you get. This is here the thing about the DC for this magical item is that the less that your character knows about the topic at hand, the harder the DC, and it's like exponential.
Okay. So, would I be able to find out, as it was, I did see it happen, would I be able to find out through these books what was her true illness? What it actually was?
There's no mention of the reason that she died. It just says high fever that melted her from the inside out.
But from Quattle's own knowledge, he could possibly guess that she was a sorcerer and had been born with this gift. And also, the lightning spirits had said that it was very rare for sorcerers to live past that age. Would he be able to sculpt a theory or question in that way to understand why this is happening?
You at the moment don't have the information to come to a conclusion of like why this would happen. You get the feeling that your idea could be on the right track based on the information that you have. Like you are confident on your train of thought.
But this also confirms that it isn't a recent thing. It was happening long ago, before the collapse, before everything, and so the reason is a lot older than he possibly thought already. Is that a confirmation?
Yes.
Okay.
This could be considered as a confirmation, yes.
Okay.
As your time runs off, the raccoon starts pulling on you, trying to send you away. You didn't get much time, considering the time that it took for you to climb down the stairs.
I've got to walk up them again.
Yep.
That's gonna take a while. Probably more than an hour.
The raccoon starts going with you. Ephraim. Ephraim, remind me, what was your history check and what were you looking for specifically?
I got 12, and I was basically looking for the nature dash origin of the creature coming from the portal.
Okay.
So the
12. So you are led down only 2 sets of staircases, and then you go down a hallway, a long hallway, almost like areas in a library. It goes like studies, transmutation, transmogrification, alteration, like the different types of magic and the different disciplines that can be studied to mold magic, until it comes to a hallway that reads summoning. As you start going down into the hallway, there's a wide table made out of white marble. The room, unlike any other room that you've been through, seems to have multiple books fallen on the ground. It seems to be in a disarray, and the forest creature that guides you through goes like kind of like in surprise, and it starts immediately trying to reorganize this room. In the middle of the room, reading a book, you see a figure of a white man with white hair of Albion race. Callum, would you like to introduce your character?
The Soulcast.
I would. Hello, everyone. It's been nice listening.
Oh my god! He's been here all along!
So you would see sitting down a man or an elf. Is quite wrinkled in character, thinning grey hair but long, very stern looking face, kind of thin, very white, like he hasn't been seen sunlight for a long time. He's average height, wearing like a lovely green not cloak, I can't think of what the word is, like not a dress,
Tunic.
tunic, nice green tunic, with nice leather straps, looking immaculate, looking very high born and high class of a man. And I'm guessing he would look up and he'd go, Oh, visitors. Hello there.
Well, I hope you're not the information I'm looking for.
I know a lot. What is your name?
Ephraim,
Ephraim.
as he says, "What is your name?" you start hearing as a magnifying glass comes flying down next to you, and goes like, "Oh, hello there! It looks like you found the crazy old man in the archives. Please ignore him."
Ignore
Is he
that
okay down
magnifying
here?
glass. I am fine. Do not need to talk to them.
Do not ignore the magnifying glass that knows all.
You know nothing, fool.
How long have you been down here for?
What is time? What is time?
100 years. 100 years.
It has been merely a flick. I do not know. For all I know, Krylus has roamed free over the world.
As a matter of
Maybe-
fact, Krylus has gone down and is now living in the astral space. You've been trapped in here for over 70 years.
As soon as he says 70 years, you would see him pull out this immaculately carved bone axe and slam it with his fist on this marble table. If you do not leave now, good sir, it will be the last thing you've ever done.
I am not a sir. Also, please, visitor, ignore the ramblings of this bag.
But surely it doesn't make any difference. We're still stuck down here. Murdering the staff won't do anything.
You're right. You're right. A man has not seen anyone who had to converse with anything in a long, long time. Please, would you join me just for a mere chat?
I mean, sure, I've done it with plenty of other people before.
And I would just offer a seat next to me.
Well, please don't let throwing axes be part of your normal behavior in a library. It was disorganized enough when we came in here.
For a man who has been here for a long time, I just need to know all I can know, and I'll be honest with you, after the 1,000th time of picking up a book, why would I want to put it back? That's what those rodents are doing. I'm learning. They are merely our servants in this place. Come, why are you here? How did you get to this place?
Let's just say we're here because we're trying to help a friend. And we're trying to figure out they've done something wrong so much as gone somewhere we don't know exactly, and we're trying to get them back.
How did you lose a friend? You did not merely misplace someone. Pray do tell me more of this story.
Well, much like yourself, it was runes and portals and conjuration of some kind. I suppose that's why I'm on this floor.
Conjuration.
But yes, we know that.
You start stroking his face. Very interesting. Pray, did you not? Have you not gone to the gods to ask for help, or is this still? Was this because of a war? Was she in some sort of conflict?
I mean, maybe it was a war for the goblins, but not for us.
You must be part of you must be something of importance. How else would you have come of whole being here? You must be part of you must be a follower of a god, my son.
Well, I think we were fighting a bit of AzerrA or something like that. Or maybe with their creations. I mean, we did kill us in the end, so it's not an immediate problem. But you know, the whole portal thing and disappearing and seeing something of AzerrA, all of that was something we want to avoid again.
AzerrA, you say? That is a name I have not heard in a long, long time. Pray, how do you know it was AzerrA? Could it not be some just mischief played by someone who can conjure up some petty magic?
No. It was certainly more than that. Not myself, but others. Some of my friends have used magical abilities to see, well, partly seeing spirits, but also broader magical detection. I'm sure you know means through which people see magic.
It is well known, yes. I can understand that you may have found something. So, you've come here, but let's go back a bit. How did you find the entrance to this place? I was banished here by an evil witch.
Quick question for the DM: how did we find the entrance to this place?
Oh,
Key.
Because I don't.
when you guys made the pact with Sheila, the necromancer, mother of Marlish, she told you that you could choose, I think, 2 pieces out of her library, and you guys chose this over an ever-changing slime that could take any shape.
Right.
No, don't say it like that. No.
Hey.
The slime was evil, and this is.
It's a slime. Slimes cannot be evil.
It took over.
Well,
It took possession over your mind and body.
to be fair, or actually, I've just had an idea pop up of who banished Callum's character.
Who could that be?
Who could it be?
And also, you have identifying glasses.
Yes, I
From
do
the
remember.
stable.
Yeah.
Which you haven't used.
No.
Excuse me while I
Right,
just put on
that's
some glasses.
And I am shutting up again.
It was a boon from a friend of ours
Friend, you say?
in exchange for parenting. I guess it's technically surrogacy in a way.
You offered your friend, is it Cynthia?
Yeah. Well, if it was her, she didn't go by that name. Where is it?
Oh, sorry, written it down wrong. Was her name Sheila? Why have I written that down?
Cynthia. Got Pokemon on the brain.
Motherfuckers,
I tell you what, if it was Cynthia, I tell you what, that just throw a whole spanner in the works. Be like, who the hell is that?
Maybe she goes by another name these days.
Even the
years
DM was
after
like,
all.
what the fuck?
I was like, wait a minute, have I written something wrong?
was her name Sheila?
Yes.
We met many moons ago. Banished me here for merely
70
God,
years
it's
to be
Marlish's
precise, to the
dad.
little bug.
as you can
Is it
see,
Marlish's dad? Oh my god!
as you can see, she has not made my time here well enjoyed. I am cursed to walk these halls gathering knowledge, but never to be released. But maybe I can help you with my knowledge. What are you looking for? Maybe I can help.
Well, I'm trying to figure out the nature of the creature that that was with this portal, to see if if it was coming out of a portal like this, presumably its nature will have something to do with where.
Oh, howdy. Looks like you are
Friend
looking
is.
for some knowledge. May I be of assistance?
Yes. How? What exactly is this section? I didn't have time to look at all the spines of the books.
You are in the section of Conjuration Magic, designed to help you find what you need. Now, ignore this bag and go on to finding your information.
Could I give him information that I have gathered, that I've read from books?
Nothing stopping you.
Pardon me. So I will. Do I need to roll anything? Or can I just? Give him
What
what
do
I-
you want to tell him?
I'd like to give him some help, saying what the potentially could have caused this.
Sure. Roll Arcana.
Don't fail me now. 16.
Well,
Well,
well, Shoran, you've read multiple times about the types of magic, especially where you are standing right now, the magic that's conjuration based. This magic is supposed to bring something from one place to another, or make something out of nowhere. It uses runes that serve as a channel to make like an absolute position in the world, uses the arcane scripture to control time and space, conjuration magic just in general. You can start babbling about different technical terms and ways that to use conjuration, runes that could be useful, ways to go to intervene with the conjuration circle and reverse engineer it. You pretty much know all of the basic and mid-level information that any conjuration wizard would know.
Okay. So I'll saying this, and I'm repeating this to Ephraim. But as I do this, I'm just grabbing the book that has about conjuration magic as well, just through and pulling it out and going. You see, with what you're telling me, it seems like AzerrA merely wanted a friend badly and lured you into a trick. They are very good, these cardinal demons. And I hand the book. I put the book in front of Ephraim, slide it across, and go. I would caution against going up against these cardinal demons without any understanding. I can offer my assistance.
Ephraim, as you start reading through the book, he seems to be reciting the information of the book almost perfectly, up to the point where you get to where the page turns blank, like you don't have any more access to that, and he keeps going more pages. And you know magic, you've studied magic, so what he's saying seems to be like mid to advanced level, and he seems to know what he's talking about. Like, it makes sense based on the knowledge that you have.
As I finish, I would just sit back, very arched, very straight up the back, hands like on the chair like this, and be like, "Is there anything else you would like to know?"
I mean,
We've been talking for about 30 minutes and you've not even asked my name, so it feels like you must somewhat trust me.
well, I simply didn't ask because I have limited time. So
Wow.
just mention it after the next question. Just mention it and ask it when you answer the next question. I was wondering if if you wanted to make another, well, is there some way to, force a creature in another plane to be pulled out somehow? Or alternatively, are there ways that we can controllably go in through a different portal?
With the 16, yes. But it's
I rolled-
hard.
oh.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 27.
Yes, there are ways that you could do that. But it's like real hard. It requires like a big power source.
It requires also someone who knows this magic. You cannot just get any sorcerer. Anyone with some understanding. They must know it intrinsically. For if you mess this up, you could be opening a portal that could ruin the world and potentially bring down all civilization.
It's probably a last resort. Okay. We've got a backup plan. I mean, I'm trying to avoid doing this noise such that we actually have to go in, because that feels more personally dangerous, and we've just willingly gotten ourselves in the same situation that we're trying to avoid.
I don't want to stop you there, but once you play with demons, doesn't matter how much you play with them, the dangerousness of it is far beyond your comprehension, son.
I mean, I expected they'd be dangerous. I mean, we were attacked. I mean, they were clearly manipulating goblins, but have you dealt with them personally before? I mean, I know you've dealt with Sheila in her wiles, but
I have dealt with them. I've dealt with them in ways which I wish I had not. As a man of my faith, I've had to learn how they work, not to be corrupted by them. I've studied them while I have nothing else to do. I've learned all that they can be about these things. They are things that one does not want to ever rationally think about. But when you roam these corridors for 70 years, it is all you can learn.
well, I guess then that can be, trying to put this politely, can contain to you. I mean, since you know about them, you can think about them for us. I'm assuming you want to get out of here.
Very much so.
I think we might be able to come, maybe come back here. I don't know. But I mean, you were reading that book off by heart. You don't need to come back here.
This library, I have very good knowledge now built up. I am more than happy if you were to invite me to come along and potentially help you, and then once this has been sorted, we can go on our way. I can go back to Krylus, and I can help the Glory Arcanum.
Yes, you might be looking for a different employer, but
Excuse me? What do you mean? Did is the war turned against Krylus?
I mean, I would say it turned against everyone a long time ago.
You would see worriedness but intrigue on just for the audience. The name is Joralf. You would see it on Joralf's face.
What do you mean?
I mean, where was this place when you entered it? I mean, did you know physically where it was?
When you mean this place, you mean the library?
I'm in the library here.
The library was in. It was just a fabric that I was pushed into. It was created by Sheila, and I was banished here. The last thing I remember, we were gearing to make beast walkers more powerful. We were trying to understand how we could not rule the people. Oh, not me specifically. How the glory of Arcanum could not rule the people, but help us. Let us all become one, not fight amongst ourselves.
Shoran, roll me a perception check.
24.
24. You realize that Ephraim, even though he looks mostly like a dwarf, he's a half-bred. He has furry ears.
Son, do you have some sort of mutation that gives you furry ears?
You mean these?
Yes.
Oh no. These are all quite natural.
Natural, you say?
Yeah, yes.
Interesting.
Parentage, descent, like anyone else.
Descent.
Yes.
My. How 70 years have changed. Maybe Sheila was wrong, and maybe we could create harmony. Maybe it didn't need to go the way it was going. I would like to meet you.
Bring him out.
I would like to know more. I would like to potentially walk the old holy cities, talk to the people, understand this new society that we are within.
Well, I can tell you more as we walk along, but we do need. I don't know how much longer I have here.
Are you inviting me with you?
At this moment, the magnifying glass
that
goes like, "Dear user, you
reverse
have
vampire?
2 more minutes before you need to start climbing back the stairs."
No, we just leave him in here, so whenever we come in here, Callum has to play 2 characters if we ever get Gabba back.
That's true.
Callum is a reverse vampire. He cannot step out of the house uninvited.
Well, why don't you come along with us and help us deal with this problem? I mean, that's what was your interest with me in the first place.
I would grab my backpack, sling on my thing, and go,
Please lead the way. It'd be great to meet you, and I'm not guessing you're with a party of other people. I love to see this new band of adventurers.
Yeah, he gonna get a real goddamn shock once he meets us.
The 3 of us that's left.
Sees a turtle wheezing up the stairs.
Big lion man wielding a big old glaive.
And a weird little cat winged lady.
so
whatever.
that in our Discord, that face, that gif, that's gonna be me when I just see everyone. Just looking at everyone like, what's going on?
So, Shoran, my friend, you make your way back to the entrance of the library to the main hall on the top floor.
As we're walking back, can I use my glasses and try and identify not any of the books or any halls, but like the structure itself, like the almost like I'm trying to identify the building.
Yeah, sure. So your classes have 4 charges. This will use one of them, and it goes like the archive of Glorium history. This magical item is a consolidation of all of the knowledge in the world. This serves as a proxy from the main archive, and the key allows you to gain access to one of its proxies to obtain one piece of information that you know. The piece of information that you know depends on how much you have previous knowledge about the piece of information that you're looking for. The whole building is like a living thing, populated by keepers, and it updates each time that the door is open to obtain the information of the new events in the world. And
So,
you guys managed to
have I
get
met-
back to
have I met
the
Quattle yet?
entrance.
I guess I've met Quat. Am I just bumped into Quattle?
As you guys manage to get back to the main entrance, the first one that you see is Bishar talking to Marlish. Marlish is going like, yeah, and then I looked for like this book on how to make like high pitch notes because I want to be like my mom, that she can sing opera. It's just that it's really hard. The thing is that I was reading the book on how to do like this high pitch, and they said like you need to like crunch on here, but then Spunky here, Spyro, he started just like vomiting fire and burning books down. So then I was chased down by like the raccoon.
So with like a half smile, I reach my hand out and go,
Ah, you must be Marlish. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Oh yeah. The pleasure is mine, and he puts his hand almost like a noble.
he takes it like a noble, and he you see a big grin. He kisses the hand.
And
Who
you,
the fuck is
Bishop.
Marlish?
How old is Marlish?
Marlish, he is like a half elf.
What was it? How many cycles was it that he said?
He's like
what is
60
the
or
other
something.
half?
6 cycles.
He said like
Which is-
6 cycles, so that's pretty much like
60 years or
no,
something?
you
No?
have
Should have been
like
like-
no real measurement of how long the
Ugh.
Drifterland would take to
Oh my
go through that
God.
thing.
Fuck!
He said it was something like 10 years, but he didn't really know.
He seems like a
Mhm.
teenager, physically.
Yeah.
I look at Vishal and I reach my hand out with the same half smile. I go,
And you have not had the pleasure of having the name mentioned to.
No,
You are.
neither have you. Introduce yourself.
I am Jorav, but please call me Jorah. I've been invited to your party by dear Ephraim here to help with your demon problem.
Oh, have you, Ephraim?
Yes. Yes. So this is
Without consulting anybody else.
so this is
At this moment, I guess that Bishar would make like a mind link, and you would explain the situation to him.
I just simply thought that we may as well make use of him. I mean, it's. I mean, I intend to, try and keep him on the leash. We kind of need to figure out what his abilities are. I mean, we could.
Somewhere Eric gets a tagline. What the fuck, Eric? Again.
At this point, I
We
would
could
say
always-
that the other three kind of arrive at the same time while Ephraim is talking to Bishar.
I would turn around and my head, like a dog, which here's a funny note, I tilt.
Interesting. Marlish, are these three of your?
Stop. Eric, immediate, because he's got a 21 perception currently passive, and can hear your words,
Thoughts.
and Eric just literally like
I see
pulls
it.
himself
I would.
full height and just say, "Do not attempt to finish that sentence."
Party.
Oh yeah, dude. These are the idiots. This is Shoralf, I guess. Something. Yeah, Alfie. Shori.
He
Alfie.
reaches his hand to Eric.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Shoralf,
Gives
do you
him a-
have any iconography on you, like your cloak or anything? Does it have any sort of symbol?
Just little symbol of the Glory Arcanum anyway, you know.
I think on one of the leather straps, you probably would see the Glorium Arcanum symbol. I'm guessing you'd have. It's quite obvious. I'm not exactly trying to hide it.
Yeah.
That would be a 13 for my wisdom save
You're
for Glory and Arcanum. Okay.
So I reach my
I
hand
know
out.
what that is.
I
Yeah,
reach
no,
my hand to go to Eric, and I
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. You are fabulous.
Eric kind of gives him a stronger than usual handshake. Says, "I am Eric Starcarver. You are," Smalish says, "Jor-Alf."
I am Joralf, but
Yes.
please call me Jorah. Just call me Jorah.
Marlish kind of.
I met
grabs
him
you.
while I was looking for my information. I mean,
Was not aware there was more inhabitants in
Oh,
this.
yes,
yeah.
apparently he's here from a previous time. He met Sheila.
How?
Yeah, dude, why are you here? I thought this place was only for like an hour or so.
We can either have this conversation now, or we can wait until we get kicked out of this place.
Oh yes, we should probably leave first.
Before we do that, I would go to
Eric.
shake my hand. With,
Yeah.
Oh, one.
With your passive perception, you see that Magni has a crack
Mhm.
in its glass.
We need to go. I do not wish to know what happens to this Magni if we stay beyond our hour.
You will just be kicked out. Maybe quite forcefully, but it is up to you if you would like a bit of an adventure.
No, we've had quite the adventure so far.
Before
yeah.
he misses, he goes to shake Quattle's hand quickly, just to say hello.
He will receive and shake back amicably.
His hand goes to meet Kauliki, and he pulls a very puzzled look.
Kauliki is like, because she was walking in the darkness, her halo is brightly lit up to lit her up her way.
You look awfully familiar.
He goes to reach a hand for a handshake.
Does he look familiar to me?
Make a history check.
Can I insight check Jorah's interaction currently?
Can I?
Sure,
Yeah.
what are you
yeah.
looking for in particular?
I'm looking. I think Eric's.
History 18.
I think Eric is currently looking at Jorah. If there is some ill intent
No ill
from
intent.
Jorah.
None at all. I am genuinely intrigued. Like almost like if you've ever met someone before in real life, and you just get out, it's like I may have bumped past you in like in the street sometime, maybe years ago, but your face just looks awfully familiar.
Kauliki, you don't recall seeing this man in your past memories. Eric, you get the feeling that this is just like talking to a very old boomer.
I put my hand up for a handshake. Do you?
Kauliki, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception. Jesus, 13.
30. When he gives you a handshake, you feel like your fur almost like rising up, almost with like static electricity in your handshake.
Do you shake the hand?
Yeah.
Shake the hand, and I still jot away.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. Now, should we potentially leave before you go on a magical ride out of this library?
Who are you?
Crack.
Jorah. We can have this
Also-
conversation after. Let's
Where's
Tell you
Gabba?
later. Again, late in a conversation for later. We need to leave now before we find out what happens with Magni. I open the door. Lead everyone out.
Well, dear user, hope you had a wonderful experience at the Magical Archive, and hope to see you next time.
As I walk out, I give a salute, and I just flip. And I walk away.
Magni will remember that.
As you walk away, you Shoral, you feel more than hear a shattering of something. As you guys walk out the door, you are once again an hour after.
Fucking
As
perfect timing.
sun is setting down in the middle of a forest next to a lake. You see Sustut held by a leash to a tree.
Good. Is he dead?
No, he's just playing with like some bugs.
Alright. Okay.
I look at and I'll stop and I'll look and I go,
Is this your slave or capture of some sort?
Captive? Yes.
Captive, yes. Slave, no.
Slaves made you flinch. Is there something wrong?
and I look at his neck and I see the collar and I go,
there's
No, collar's gone.
oh, there's
Collar's
nothing there. Nothing?
No, once he
It's not
died.
there anymore.
It's like a reaction of twitch.
Indented.
Yeah, you probably see maybe an indentation if your perception's really good, but
16.
You seem
Eric
to
will
Oh, sorry.
Eric will in response say, I've read deeply into my people's past.
Of course.
I take issue with anyone who still uses such words for my people.
For your people, but what about
And-
his? He is merely just a goblin.
Everyone has the right to be free.
His people.
Then why is he tied up against a tree?
Oh, because he was an asshole to us, and he's a
Tried to
liability.
kill us.
But everyone has the choice to be free, you said. But you treat him differently because he have some indigressions?
Of ill intent, shall we say.
So then
He's
why
a
not
bo-
kill
if
him?
it-
Because he has the right to be treated rightfully, justfully.
So let him go. That is a justful thing. He may have done you wrong, but you should show him compassion.
Yeah, or he could become my roadie, carry my equipment, for like my concerts.
If you think that is recompense, then that
Why
is
did he-
recompense.
I'm just like completely tuning out Jorah right now. Why did you know him, and why did him? Why-
No, I don't know him.
No.
I have
Ephraim
no
said his
idea
name.
how he's been like, dude. I thought that this place was only for like an hour. How were you there?
He was.
But the reason I know is because Ephraim mentioned Marlish,
Okay.
and that's the
Okay,
reason.
sorry.
Ephraim, do you speaking or do you want me to?
I will go.
Yeah.
Marlish,
Yeah, dude.
do you know everything about your mother?
No.
Da, 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 da.
How I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. Well.
What's up, dude? You're scaring me.
Look, I simply think
hey.
you should know that this was
Research associate.
the result of a mistake, a disagreement,
Okay.
and that's why he is there.
So Mom trapped you in the tower.
Your mother
Yes.
trapped me in the tower. You are correct.
Oh yeah, that's she does that all the time. Like I remember this one time, like I kept chasing after a snail.
Marlish!
And then
That
what?
is enough.
Oh,
I think there are more important things to talk about, like why is the sky fucking purple?
he's kidding, right?
Nope.
That's what
If
that was. Wait, he is old.
I am old.
Dude,
I
I mean,
thought
look,
there's finally
looking
someone as old as me, probably.
whoa, dude, you don't call
looking at
somebody
his
old.
armor,
That's
yeah.
like you call them like middle-aged.
Someone tell
My
me
back
what is
hurts.
going on now.
Oh, I am trying to get that answer for solid 2 weeks right now from them. So
I think
stay behind the line.
I think we make camp to rest because what is it? It's getting late now,
It's
right?
starting to be the sunset.
All right.
Okay,
So
before
You'll hear
roll me
Sustud
a
is
D100.
hungry! Sustud
Fuck.
is hungry!
Right,
He's been for
D100.
like whole day! Sustud has been tied to this tree for a whole day!
Eat the bugs.
I've been playing with bugs. You don't eat your friends.
55 is.
Because long rest. Roll it. 55.
well, we haven't made a long rest just yet. So
No, but I haven't
we're
done it
about
yet.
to.
Yeah, it didn't happen yet, so
Okay,
Okay.
so you guys are going to mount a camp.
I
what is
guess
the wild magic table first? Wait.
Yeah. The caster
guess-
also casts mirror image on the target. There is no target, so nothing happens.
I guess Eric would
We've done
look
that.
around and probably try to find like a defensible camp position,
He-
so like
he
right
sees-
against the wall.
You see Jorah point to the ground next to some like twigs. He slams a firebolt straight at it to make a campfire and shouts, "I would like answers now."
Control flame. I'm disposing of the fire right now.
I'm just making a campfire.
Yeah.
Jorah, you will get your answers, but the world, if you are as old as I think you are, and the last time you have seen this world since, much has changed, and there is much dangers in the world that you have not even seen yet.
I was locked up for 70 years.
Then we
70
need-
stinking years.
And we need to find a defensible camp first before we can give you your answers.
I think in the previous game, we established that we are in a
Yeah.
safe environment where we can.
You found like a
Are we?
lake. Like a
Yeah.
lake.
Okay, fine.
Can I firebolt
Fine.
back to create a campfire?
Sustud unties like the rope from the tree and walks next to Kauliki, puts the rope on her hand and looks at Shora. You new member of party?
We'll
I've been invited to do so.
He looks at you, kind of puffs up his chest. Sustud is above you. Sustud has been here for longer. You are a slave to Sustud.
I
love
would.
that goblin. That goblin stays alive.
Goblin mode energy.
Mhm.
I'm just checking my cantrips to see if I can do anything right now.
Kills goblin in one hit.
Probably will, to be fair.
Let me.
He
quickly
would
find-
look at the goblin and be like,
Sit down, you fool, before you end up dying.
Make an intimidation check.
"Oh, fucking right, I will." Ooh. That's a nat 20 for 25.
This guy.
He goes behind
25.
Kauliki and like
Okay.
Kauliki still leash on her hand. You are like slightly pushed up and goes like, Sustud is scared of new party members. Sustud thinks we should eat him.
Maybe we will, sister. Maybe we will.
Proceed, I guess, to like get camp going. And
Yeah.
I guess does Vishar have create food and water? Does someone have create food and water?
So, as you say that,
He creates food and water.
he pulls up. I pull up my bone axe, and I say something in a probably some you may not words that you probably wouldn't understand, And I
What
just
language?
which one do I think you would understand? It wouldn't really matter. You probably do Celestial. Okay, you would show me basically just create a raft of food, and that is edible. I don't know if the food is particularly nice, but I'm guessing like
Tasteless.
tasteless but nutritious.
Yep.
I'll make it look really nice though, like a nice like Sunday dinner, big chicken, really nutritious food.
Sunday roast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, as you
Tell
guys
me a
set up
percentage.
camp
Tell me a percentage.
and create food for the evening, we are going to take a break. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes to keep going. And yeah. So, be back in a couple of minutes, just keep on weaving.
Let's go.
Coming back. So, you guys make camp. Sustud avoids Choral completely, like doesn't even go near. What are you doing? The night is young. Sun has just set. What are the next steps?
Now we've
I
set
am-
camp, can you please
Yeah.
explain what is going on? Where is Krylus? Where is
I'm fine.
Where is is it Tiafia? Tia?
Yeah.
Tiafia.
and where is Ambrose is gone? What's the other one? What is the other? Where's the other god? Where are they all? Where are they?
Which one?
I think Eric would have given set out as much as he behooves this. He would probably start giving Jorah the 101 on what has happened, like in terms of
Oh,
like recent history and known history of the miasma, but will not divulge what Sheila told us about the miasma.
Okay.
And
We'll
we
tell-
into it.
We'll basically tell him what the classroom version of the miasma is, and see what he says.
Yeah, so
Can I do an
Choral.
insight check to see if
Essentially.
he's telling the truth?
Yep, sure.
I mean, it's a grain of truth.
17 plus 1, 18.
He's being truthful.
Uh, would you like me to confirm my deception?
I don't think you need to roll deception. He's not telling
Okay.
a lie. You just get the feeling that maybe there's something else.
Okay.
So you pretty much learn all of the lore of the campaign up to the last 5 episodes.
Pretty much.
So this is very interesting. The last time I saw someone like use,
I literally just do a sweeping arm of everyone.
Use.
You!
you were used as frontline
Yes.
infantry in
Correct.
the war
I
of
know.
Glory Arcanum. It was a very disgusting act that I did not like to see.
Insight check.
Didn't
Sorry.
you say you were? Didn't you say you were helping to make them stronger?
That would it. 27?
I believe you.
27.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah.
I have to.
So
I did not. No. I did not make them stronger. The reason I was trapped was that I believed that people should be free. We should
Don't
work
say it that
together.
with this voice.
I can. I have a naturally gravelly voice. I cannot help it that I have a very gravelly voice.
God, you just make me want to just insight check when you say free. Then
If you can, if you want, I can roll.
Did you not refer to us as, well, not me, but us as slaves before? I mean,
No,
surely if
I don't think I don't think I repeated.
he
this,
did.
I?
no,
did.
you attempted to, but Eric
Yeah.
stopped.
No, I didn't. No, I
He
promise.
said party.
This. I said.
You said party.
I promise on my heart, and this is over the table. I was going to say party, and I wasn't going to say slaves.
Yeah, but Eric just assumes old person
Okay, if we go.
wearing old armor probably is from that era and
Yeah,
will
I'll-
probably use those words.
Inherently racist.
I will. So okay.
White person in America in the 20s.
I did not try to enhance you, and I, as you know, you were slaves. You were controlled and manipulated by people like
Sheila.
Sheila. Thank you. I keep forgetting her bloody name. Why would I want to remember that horrible name? You were controlled.
Hey, dude, that's
They
my
tried to-
mom.
Your mother's a bitch.
Well, your mother is a bitch.
She is a bitch. You're right.
Whoa.
So
I'm going to go walk Sustut.
Literally had no comeback. It's like, oh fine, I'm going to walk the goblin then. Goodbye.
You see Marlish grabbing Sustut's leash as he does around the lake.
Oh dear.
you
I
see,
think Marlish just took a point of psychic damage there.
And a major L. Jesus Christ.
You would see Jorah battling of how he could say it. He's trying to be very like. Imagine like an old person trying to be very PC, but knowing for a fact he's gonna stumble.
Say it, Jorah.
you were experimented on, and
Yes.
that was what she wanted. She wanted to make you better, stronger. She wanted to control everything. She wanted Krylos to control and everyone be slaves.
What is the DC?
10.
10?
10.
Oh,
I have a 9.
Okay.
Roll me a D100.
Jorah is instantly killed. Oh, your lord humps are gone.
34.
34.
Distant.
You're putting all
To
this,
finish him.
all this juicy stuff.
Kauliki, you start, your vision turns brown. You cannot see colors. As your eyes itself, you feel as they are being pierced by something. But nothing is touching you. It's in your mind, girl.
I would start visibly shaking. And like trying to get out of something.
Jorah would be ignoring this because Jorah has no.
Yeah, you have no idea what's happening.
No, go on.
Eric would probably see this immediately and have a look at Kauliki. What's going on?
Oh, you know exactly what's going on. Your eye feels exactly the same.
Yeah.
You have a shard of glass.
No, but obviously I'm like, it's alright. Look at me. Is your vision clear?
Well, why don't you just sit down for a moment, and I'll just go and help her.
Maybe
Sit
we
down
should carry
somewhere.
this conversation without. She seems a bit.
No.
She seems
No.
a bit fragile, and maybe this conversation may be a bit too distressing for her.
It's.
I don't need anyone to babysit me. I need to know what it is.
Cry. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Cast spells one level higher, right?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, if yes, let's just sit down around the campfire. I will tell you. I will tell you this. What would you like to know? You told me your stories, and I feel like before we can go to bed, let me tell you a story. Would you like to know about why I was banished and the story behind it, or would you like to know more about my version of you?
I would like to know, why are you in the colors of a monster? And I point towards the Glory and Arcanum symbol.
A monster, you say? Why would you say such a thing?
They did that to me.
They did what?
They
gave you
and
life?
I show the scars. All the scars.
They did not do that to you. Others did that to you. The Glory and Arcanum only wanted peace and order. They did not want to create this monstrosity.
I'm a monstrosity now.
Well, I do not mean to be rude, but yes, you have been butchered. You have been experimented on. It's clear as day. Sheila is the true evil in all this. She wanted things that not other people wanted.
Inside check. Can I?
Yeah.
26.
$25.
Now,
Krylos.
just so you guys know, you have no idea if he's rolling either persuasion or deception.
We just assume it's whatever we believe at this point.
Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, I think
Krylos only wanted to advance culture. Sheila wanted to control people. This is not what Krylos wanted. He wanted peace and order. He didn't want true freedom. Because with true freedom, it unrelenting chaos can emerge. For example, your friend Gaba, she was taken by the dirtiest form of friendship. Uncontrolled friendship. That is what these cardinal demons feed off. Not order, but chaos. Girl, I have been in a library for 70 years. What do you expect me to do all day? I read, I learn.
Also, we would have told Jorah what we were doing in the library.
Anepram told him.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Let's be honest. Ephraim spilt the beans. You told me everything.
Hide sometimes.
I was merely a servant of Krylos. I wanted to know what could defeat him. What scared me most was demons, and also the other gods' ambitions against Krylos. Every day, I devote myself to him. Every midnight, I have to say a prayer just to feel a connection with him. So it is not the Krylos, it is not the Gloria Arcanum who is evil. It is the people within it who wanted different agendas. That was why I was banished. I wanted to help Krylos. Sheila knew this. But she wanted me to suffer with the knowledge that I could not help him with.
I am basically like so physically close to someone that could protect me, like either Vishar or Eric, or in ideal wall between them. Like,
yeah.
Get
Eric
this
would.
man away from me.
So then, by your account, Joya, you are saying that Sheila and her ilk were the ones who perhaps murdered your god? Is that what you are saying? That they decided that their vision was not theirs, and they've decided that they should take the helm, that they should ascend somehow to godhood and become the new head of your state back then?
Sheila would never dream of crossing Krylus. She interpreted his vision incorrectly. I do not believe she could, as much as I hate that woman, I do not believe she was naive enough to go against Krylus.
So then what was your role in all of this? Where were you? What cog did you play in this machine?
I was a priest. I would
A high priest?
just a normal priest who devoted himself to Krylus. I would be envoys. I would envoy myself to other cities, trying to persuade them to join the Glorium Arcanum, the ones who were undecided. I would also
a missionary.
You could say that, Jim, yes. But I'm obviously, as you can see, fearlessly loyal to Krylus's magic and ideas.
Well,
But they could still serve and practice their gods, but to understand why order is needed in this world, why ownership is needed.
well, in any case, you are in the Longstadt Empire.
Who is the
So I-
god of this empire?
Longus.
Longus.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I would probably not throw Krylus's name around so flippantly whilst you gather your wits about you in this new era and time you are here.
So you're saying that they have turned their back on the gods?
I speak for all Beast Walkers. I know for a fact, I myself have turned my backs on them. After all, given our history.
But given your history, you would not be here without them. You would not be you, Eric Stargava, without these so-called demons. Kauliki, you would not be
I
here.
have not said my name.
Have I not said your name?
I have-
Okay.
No,
I have
yeah,
not
she
seen my
she
name.
hasn't.
Okay.
You, girl, would not be here.
Yes, I would be with my family.
You'd also be...
Probably long dead. But I would be with my family. I was forcefully taken by the Arcanum to become this.
And for this,
They kidnapped me. My family probably long dead.
I am deeply sorry.
So then, are you saying we Beast Walkers need to give thanks for the endless suffering, the endless war, the endless pain, the endless bloodshed that we had suffered, all those war that eons ago, that we should be grateful for the crumbs that this god has given us?
Without suffering, there is no evolution. Without some hurt, there is not growth. You'll become stronger. Look at you. You're a party of adventurers that fought demons. You've conquered things that mere mortals would daily dream of. You are stronger than anything I'd ever seen. Anything I dared dreamed of back in the old days. You are magnificent. You are
As Marsh
glorious.
said, we are the idiots.
That boy knows nothing. That boy is walking a goblin, for Christ's sake.
You see now Sustuti playing fetch with Fido.
Thought so.
Fido is throwing the thing, just to be sure.
Yeah, exactly. Fido is throwing the stick while Susta is
It's
retrieving.
bringing it back.
You may have made silly mistakes, but at least you make mistakes and learn to talk about them. Many people who come up against demons, these things that you speak of undead. No one gets to live and tell the tale. But I have 5 intrepid adventurers still here, and you have the guile to still go after your friend Kabatutulu to find her. That takes real courage.
I mean, for most of us, we were at one point ordinary people. I mean, I was just, a child in a small town once. I think similar is true. Same for Vishar. I mean, and Eric was just a boy in Zandia. You're not wrong, but we're not so different from everybody else. But I mean, just remember that it'll always be hard for us to believe you because we know so little about where you were from. Knowing the history, we can't help but be suspicious. But we likely will simply never know.
And that is fine. You may never know. You may have to trust me. But if I was really that bad, would I have not tried something now? I give you all I know. I give you my honest truth. I can tell you all. I can tell you of the beauties of the world we once were. I can tell you of what. I can tell you of the fall of. I'm just scrolling to make sure I say it right.
I'm just buffering. That's just a load screen.
I could tell you of the fall of Ambrasia. I could tell you of the gods that once ruled. I could tell you.
Shit. Didn't realise I had that one prepared.
But what I cannot tell you.
You can still cast it if you mean Zone of Truth or something like that.
Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? Zone of Truth at 2nd level, spending 4 sorcery points.
Oh, right now?
Right now.
Everybody feels
I
a
am failing
tingling
it.
of electricity.
I will choose. Actually, no. Actually, Eric will not voluntarily fail it because he doesn't know the spell. He will
Same.
just he will innately try and resist it.
What's
because
the
he does-
DCC?
I will voluntarily fail it. 'cause I probably do know.
15. Charisma.
Charisma. Ooh.
Those
Nope.
of you that are
Nope.
rolling, don't say if you failed or not. Send it to me via DM. Gotta keep the drama high.
I think I do believe I know who fails. Or
Yeah,
succeeds.
The spell. No, the spell
You know,
says the caster knows who
Who is affected.
resists. Yeah, who is
Yeah.
affected by said
does
spell.
it say you know who failed, or do you know how many failed?
No,
Yeah.
you know who failed.
Yeah.
Who fails?
Or who resists. Or
Okay.
yeah.
You know, let me read it because the specific.
I feel like that's the issue with this spell like that because
Yeah.
it's because like that makes sense. Like if you say for example a resistance to me says you
Yeah.
actively in the story you actively resist it, whereas if you would know the spell and you feel like something's taken over you, you'd be like, oh, that's a bit
You
weird.
know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
Boo.
Yeah, okay. In that case, you know that everybody failed except for Shoralf.
You can also say that to trust you better, we can just make you speak the truth.
Right.
All right, I got to roll 2 times on the table.
You would like me to become under a spell for me to speak the truth? I have nothing to lie. If anything, I have nothing to prove. I am here merely to help you get your friend back, and then we will part our ways.
What was it?
What was my role?
Oh,
Uh,
what was David's wild magic, sir?
I'm doing it right now. Doing it right now.
Okay. I think that would be.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Let's go. I think that would be. It would help us to.
It is 49 and
Because I trust Quattle, and if he says that you are telling the truth, I would.
34.
Okay, so
So,
you got the table. You tell me.
Oh god, okay. 49. The caster's movement leaves color trails for the next minute. And the 34. A loud disembodied voice ridicules the caster on initiative count 20 for the next minute.
Yeah. As you guys are talking about this, we can trust you. You hear, yeah, and you can also trust this turtle. Look at him. He's green. Those are the worst turtles.
I look at Quartal like, who's that?
There's a hole in your shell, dude. Oof. Wash your shell, for Christ's sake.
I do not know.
Yeah, he knows
you
nothing.
are under the spell. You have to say the truth.
It's my magic.
Yes, your magic, please. I am the magic.
You are also leaving a trail of color while you move.
You know why? Because he's dirty.
Coming back to you.
Yeah, because nobody cares about the turtle.
Damn this
Wow.
spell.
Look, Jora. Yes, you could have tried something now. You could also try something whilst we are asleep. There is no guarantee.
I stand up and I take my cloak off. I just drop. Obviously, I got some like undergarments on,
And I am topless.
and you see that you look at me, and I am like barely flesh and bones. I am so weak. I am incredibly thin. And you look at me and you go, I am an old man. I have no power. I can barely raise my axe. I am just surviving at the moment. If you think that I am going to try something now, you are severely mistaken.
I will insight check this interaction for a 19.
Whatever.
I am
I mean, Eric just doesn't trust
19.
any old.
You can see a
person.
tear from my eye, if that helps. Single tear.
You said that you open up your clothes and show them your body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they would see the upper half of my body, probably.
Yeah, you can see some scars in his chest. But they are from a long time ago.
Why did you say that I am awfully familiar?
If you've ever
When a cold one.
He cracked the cold one.
Why am I familiar? Well, shit, here we go.
Oh I need something stronger for that.
If you've ever walked down a street and smelt something that you've not smelt in a long time, but you can never put your finger on it, that is your face. I may
I
have stumbled upon
never-
you when you were a wee youngster traveling to a city to spread the word of my god.
Surely not.
It could
I
be,
look like this. I didn't look like this when I walked the streets of any city.
but your eyes, the eyes never change.
How would you know?
Even though I have been trapped for a long time, I have walked this plane for much longer, and I have seen many eyes, from life to death, and they never change. They never change.
It changed everything. My skin, my hair. Here you see the scars. They changed my eyes.
All I can say is, they look familiar. But again, I cannot pinpoint it. It may be you're right. You were those eyes of someone I once knew that was sacrificed for the glory of the cause. I do not know Sheila's ways, but I can only say you look familiar. More familiar than these lot, anyway. Like that thing by there. That fucking scares me. I would remember that.
I'm pointing straight at Eric.
But you don't scare me.
Oh, I should. And my eyes like go fully white, like prestidigitation or thaumaturgy, whatever one that is.
She has both.
What is precipitation? I mean, I'm gonna just quickly look.
It's like a
I have
little
both.
effect. Yeah,
Well, either one.
It's like a visual effect, only like an illusion.
yeah, yeah.
Jor would do exactly the same as say.
Mere tricks do not scare me, girl. I know the true heart of someone. Now, it is getting late. Would you like me to meditate or take the first watch? At 12 o'clock, I will be up anyway. It is whatever suits you.
Eric will volunteer to take the first watch, and will ask Vishar, would you kindly please spend the rest of your
Magical energy.
energies
Please.
to heal me, please? Alright.
Does he have any spells left? I don't think that he has any spells
According to his sheet, he has 4 first level ones left.
I just got a feeling like just like Iron Man, which just goes like that big beam out of his hand.
Okay, so let me.
I can heal you for a cost.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not.
So can I.
You say you pray to your god, whoever that might be. How? What can you do? You showed us that you can do magic. What kind of magic do you do? Are you a cleric?
I am a cleric.
Heal us.
Heal us, bitch. Show me where your god is.
Show me your god!
Where's your god?
I will, but not yet. I am weak. I must first meditate and actually connect with my gods.
27
been-
points, Eric.
Sorry.
It has been a long time since I've heard them.
You know that no gods goodness, I don't know shit. I am as old and far removed from this world as he is, probably. Minus 2 weeks.
Even though there may be no gods, a cleric may have just some connection and some hope. And maybe that will give me the strength. Maybe this cleric has run its course. We shall find out soon enough.
And he gives you a little wink.
So, who's taking first watch?
Me.
I'll get up at 12 o'clock anyway to do some talking. So,
Talking.
talking.
Go ahead and roll
Oh.
perception with disadvantage.
Ah, fuck your disadvantage.
Uh,
Just before you rest,
Yes.
can I get Vishar to use his seer's eyes on
yes.
to look at Roloff, but also at his bag and the stuff that's in the bag?
Who's back?
Obviously not actually going up to it, but just looking at it from a distance.
Who's back? Shorals?
Roloff's bag.
Nothing particularly on the bag. In himself, magic, spirits of like all the sorts of them except the corrupted one, just indicating the like some sort of magic.
Why do I have a potion of nifting in here?
Go on.
I pull out my potion from Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
Ephraim? Is it possible for you to identify that? What,
Oh, the potion, yes.
and what does it do?
Just look at it.
She told me that it is a potion of nifting or knitting or whatever. I cannot read my own spelling.
Nimbleness? I mean, I'll look at it and identify it.
Okay.
Glasses.
Give me a second. I'm opening my document from that moment, which was weeks ago. Because you guys
I can
take
tell you which
a fucking long time.
That was the 7th of January.
I know. I have it open. Golly. So that's the draught of knitting.
Knitting, okay.
Knitting. Knitting. This potion has hawk feathers, Hargraven feathers, and more hawk feathers. It has a brown color. Okay, so you use one of your charges of the identify glasses of the nerd. So this allows you to learn a secret from the humanoid closest to you when you drink it. But it has a side effect that you don't really know by identifying it.
Casual drive-by swig as you get close to Jorah.
Do I? Yeah, I might as well ask as well before we go to sleep, since we are gonna rest. Ephraim, apologies to ask whilst you are doing that. Could you perhaps identify this as well? And I will pull out the brew of Orochi Calling.
The broth of raunchy calling.
Oh, raunchy. Okay, I 100% had it wrong then, because I had it as Orochi, not raunchy.
Do you also identify this?
Yes.
Okay, so with this, you have only now one more charge of your glasses.
Yep.
This potion is on a glass It's a pink liquid and has the shape of a root of some sort of tree. You know that it's brewed from the rotting Namira tree, and this allows you to know exactly which way you need to go to reach your next goal. But it also has a side effect.
Hey, Ephraim, how you doing? You're identifying potions. How about you identify
Oh
mine?
man, oh man.
I think it was the Ruder's potion,
Do you
the
also identify
honeycomb
that
one. Please.
Okay, so
Please.
They recharge for
they
next.
they
Dawn.
recharge a D4 +1 at dawn, but the user can also be intimidated by some bully to force another roll. So Quattle. Okay, so you have Fruitier's potion. This is brewed from honeycomb and lavender. It has a cherry color and it's a wooden container, almost like a flask. Your flesh can't be pierced as you become immune to piercing damage for 24 hours, but it also has a side effect.
Let's do
Go on.
one quick switcheroo.
Yeah,
I
I
like that
think.
one.
Yeah. Anyway.
So I'm just gonna. You just see Jorah just go off slightly towards the lake, just cross down and just hear them. You probably, Eric, would hear him muttering away.
Has Marlish come back at this point, Martin? I assume he has.
So it has killed him, obviously.
Marlish is playing with Fido, Spyro, and Sustut.
I'll sort of whistle over for them to come back in.
Yep.
Come back to the camp.
They all start coming back to camp. Marlish starts serenading with his electric lute. So, first watch.
First watch. Now remind me that potion that the goblin threw at my face.
Yes.
Now did I get a +5 to my
Yeah.
active perception as well?
Yeah.
Or is it what? All right, cool, sweet. So then
But
that means
you have
go on.
disadvantage because night.
Yes, I know. I did roll twice. So 11. It would be a 16 total.
Okay. You hear far away the noise of goblins in the camp, very far away, but making a lot of ruckus. That's pretty much everything during the first night, the first watch. Anything you want to do during this time?
Actually, yes. Eric will probably sit with his glaive, because the glaive is currently on necrotic setting for whatever reason through the magics. When he swung that glaive through the cloud. Has the rune changed since switching to that element, to that different arcane magic, or not really?
Yes. Roll me an Arcana check.
Four.
4.
Eric's very tired.
So yes, the rune has changed, but not all of them. Like some of them, most of them actually, remain the same. These are the runes that you know are to like contain power. But some of the other runes have changed. You guess that those are the ones that have to do with like fire or like elemental properties. You don't know what these
Okay.
runes are though.
I'll probably make like a quick sketch and note of them, just to make notes and compare throughout the night. But otherwise, not much from Eric. He'll try and rest and get rid of his level 1 exhaustion.
Eric, who do you wake up for the second watch?
You would see at this time that
Yeah.
you would probably see that I would just walk up and walk back to the campfire.
I'll look at Chora. You ready for your watch? Good Chora.
I am more than happy to oblige, good sir. Did you hear anything out there?
Just the goblins in the encampment making a ruckus, but they have not come any closer to us since. So that would be the main thing. But I think for now we should not have any issues.
Perfect.
Looks at Jorah as he says issues.
Sure,
And we'll go
It's just
go-
gonna go on,
go to sleep.
and I will
He's very tired.
keep watch and just watch the night.
So, roll me a perception check. Straight roll.
Okay. I was going to ask something, but don't worry. 17. Yeah.
17. Okay. Same pretty much keeps going. You don't focus that much on like the noise of the goblins far away. You focus more on like the surroundings in the sky, looking at the change in the stars, how they are in a different position, almost completely different to what you remember, as if you were in a different part of the world. As the night goes through, what are you doing?
I'm keeping watch, but that is all I will allow the party to know at this time.
Yeah, sure. Do you
I'll
wake
message you.
anybody up for the third watch?
Would I need to? Because if I did my watch, because I know to go all the way through.
You can keep your watch.
Yeah, I will go through to let the others have a nice sleep.
Okay, so before everybody gets a long rest, Eric,
Mm-hmm.
as sleep takes you,
Mm-hmm.
you open your eyes, you feel something on your head, fluffy, soft, not heavy. You look down, you have a white apron and a chef's hat, and you are chopping some sort of meat with veggies on a table, and you see a bunny sitting on a chair, hitting on her forks, waiting expectantly for her meal. Well, come on, I'm getting hungry. What are you doing? Tell me.
I think Eric would be cutting, probably preparing, like deboning a chicken, and probably say, well, I've thought about maybe we need to have some protein in our diets, so make you a bit more stronger, mistress, and perhaps a bit more stewed vegetables, or roasted, whichever you prefer.
Oh, but is it tasty?
I prefer roasted.
How about the flavor? Is it good?
It will be cooked in the juices of the chicken,
Huh.
as you sort of like, and
So-
just like debones
Even though
some of
it's
the chicken.
healthy and good for you, it's still good, right?
Yes, because we waste nothing.
Ah, that's a good lesson. Remember, Eddie. And you feel how this bunny shape starts turning into a giant ferret that kind of circles around you.
Mhm.
Sometimes the stuff that is good for us is just a show. And then you wake up. And the next morning,
Sweet.
becoming leveling up.
Yay!
Kauliki. As you are sleeping,
Yes.
it's been some time.
1 second, that's loud.
Most of the time, over the last couple of weeks, when you had dreams, you tried to steer away from the nightmares. You kind of like unconsciously force yourself to dream with like the good memories, with the good smells. But not today. Today it seems like you almost willingly chose to relive some of your painful memories. Tell me, which one of those painful memories would you be reliving?
Probably the first. Either the first fight. The first one fight against Kaul. Or when they repositioned me. Or redone me. Like the ears, putting them upwards instead of sideways. The reposition of my feet to be more cat-like and these things. Or the realization that my brother-ish is bleeding out in front of me. Because
Well,
I killed him.
the memories are kind of linked. As your first fight, neither of you, both still holding a humanoid shape, neither of you are willing to fight against each other. Both of you wearing these necklaces of slavery. You feel intense pain forcing you, so it is actually you, the one that rushes towards this boy, this teenager, and starts softly hitting him. As he tries to control the pain and stand still, letting you hit him, the vision fades as you keep hitting this boy and hitting him until your bones start breaking. The pain is too big. Your dreams keep moving on as you go into the next memory. This time the same boy standing in front of you. Your hands still those of like an Albion girl, but with more scars, more bruised. But you look at him and his hands, his feet now are not of those of an Albion boy. They are like fangs and look more beastly. No fur, just like as if the shape of the bones had been altered somehow. This time, that restraint that you had seen in him is no longer there. It's more like a beast charging at you. You can feel how these sharp claws open up your skin, carve your throat out. You can feel how you pretty much die in that first fight. As at this point, this is kind of like the first memories that you remember of people that had been altered to have bestial shape. Most of them die at this point. You know that when they go through like the sorceries, they never come back. And you are now being subjected to that sorcery. You are wide awake. You see how scalpels cut your skin, how they remove your hands entirely and add new bones, how they inject you with multiple things. It's not a single sorcery, it's like multiple through the course of like a week. And you can feel how over each sorcery they are adding more and more of a beast to you. And the last thing that you see is a sphere, pristine, completely spherical. It has the shape of like a claw in it, as it's being rammed into your chest. And that's when you wake up the next morning, having leveled up. Quattle, no vision for you, no dreams. Just the sound of storm and thunder in your ears.
They're taunting me.
When you wake up, you see sitting next to the fire once again the two figures of the kid, the red and the blue kid. But
They are taunting me.
this time there's a third figure made out of electricity.
Balls.
The silhouette of like a slim teenager lady in greenish tones. Quattle, you also level up. Everybody else wakes up, and that's where we are going to finish tonight's episode. I need to know what your plans are for the next day, so that I can be ready for next game.
AzerrA.
I don't know. I think at some point Eric is just gonna say that we'll probably have a talk with Sustud and basically say, look, mate, just don't. Essentially, go back to your goblin band, take charge, and essentially make sure you don't keep them in line. If that makes sense, like keep them out of trouble. Don't go war banding. Don't be a bandit. That type of.
So your plan is to convince Sustud to go back to the goblin camp, and then you are going to go back to Iris Crossing.
I feel like AzerrA may actually want to join him. So you may convince to have like a little ally.
Install a puppet leader of the goblin tribe.
A little pet.
My thoughts exactly.
I mean, yes, because we need to. Actually, we probably should actually go back and just check on the goblin camp, just in case there's not a mass fucking outbreak of goblin zombies.
Yeah.
So Joran actually would request going back to see if there's anything on like the site to see how we could. There's anything of there to see if we can help with the ritual later on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like next game you guys are going to start your day by going to the remains of the goblin camp,
And then get
Pretty
back
much.
to the outpost. Before
Confirm the
sundown.
kill.
Yeah, confirm the kill.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That's what I will plan for next game then.
Hmm.
So, this was a good game, guys. lot of drama, a lot of red flags.
Many questions.
We'll be
So
back in
many.
2 weeks with the rest of this. So, thank you for watching and keep on weaving, I guess.
Bye.
Fading.
Hey.